Hey beauties, welcome to my channel. Look what I got. I got the brand new Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes Nature Palette. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I think this is going to be one of the best and hottest fall releases for 2025. I am so excited to try this out for you guys today. I'm going to show you some different looks, some swatches, a comparison of this with the Ethereal Eyes Moonlight palette. So we have a lot of fun things to get to, and we're going to be trying out his brand new brown mascara. Two beautiful releases for the fall, and I am so excited to bring these to you guys. So please stick around for that. If you're a new viewer, welcome. I'm so happy that you found my channel. If you enjoy this content, I would hope that you would consider subscribing. It really helps me out, and plus, I would love for you to join our growing community of beauty lovers and friends. And if you're a returning viewer or subscriber, welcome back. I couldn't be happier to have you here. All right, let's get this party started. He's here. So the Ethereal Eyes Nature Palette from Makeup by Mario is in my makeup loving hands, and I am so excited to try this out. I will be swatching this for you. I will be showing you how to do different looks, and I will be comparing it to the Moonlight palette. So this is the beautiful Nature palette, and Mario was inspired by nature colors. So you have these beautiful greens and earth tones, and this is just perfect for the fall. Now I don't have the original Ethereal Eyes palette. I kick myself every day for not buying it, believe me. But I do have the Moonlight palette that I'll be doing some comparisons as far as swatches. But I just wanted to show, it would be nice if I kept this open. Hold on. Oh. Okay, so my Moonlight palette's having a hard time staying open, but these are the two palettes side by side. I'll hold them this way so you can see it better. So these are the two palettes side by side. So different color stories. I've heard that the shimmers in this new palette are a little bit more subtle, more subdued than the first two palettes from Makeup by Mario, but let's give this a whirl. I could not be more happy to try this out today. It's got all the fall vibes and the pumpkin spice lattes and all that stuff. So let's swatch this, and then we will do some different eye looks. These are beautiful earth tones. Up close you can see the shimmers. And I heard that some content creators thought that the shimmers weren't shimmery enough or strong enough. I can see what they're talking about. They are more sheer than the Moonlight palette. But I think there is enough of a shimmer to these. I think also it goes with the theme of the palette, you know, nature colors. Obviously with the sun you have gold and sparkle, but with more earthy tones, I don't know if the blinding sparkle would really go with the whole aesthetic of the palette. So even if they are a little bit lighter than other Makeup by Mario palettes in the past, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I can't wait in for sure until I get it on my eyes, but just looking at the swatch, it is beautiful. And the shimmers do have an impact. It's just not maybe the most blinding impact. But I think that's okay going with the theme of this palette. And now, in a big personal accomplishment, me and my short arms got not just one palette on there, but two. So I'm going to show you a side-by-side comparison of these two palettes. Here we have the Nature palette, and here is the Moonlight palette. So what do you think? This is Moonlight, and this is Nature. So I think in looking at these side-by-side, I don't think that the shimmer shades on the Nature palette are that different than the Moonlight palette. Again, I can't speak to the original Ethereal Eyes palette because I don't own it. But just comparing it to the Moonlight palette, I don't see that much of a difference. And any difference, I think, can be explained by the fact that this is a earthy tone palette. I don't think a blinding shimmery shade would go with it. So I think it's a perfect combination, and I think it's stunning. I just can't wait to get this on my eyes. So I'm going to stop talking, stop blabbering, and let's put this on. Before I stop talking, let me tell you a little bit about the palette. So this is, again, the Ethereal Eyes Eyeshadow Palette Nature. This retails for $69, and you can get it at Makeup by Mario or Sephora. And this is a new palette inspired by the power of nature's seasonal renewal with 12 universal neutrals and 4 finishes to create ultimate versatile look. So I also want to note that this palette is limited edition, and according to Sephora, this is Mario's artistic vision come to life with the sunlit earthy tones found in nature at its most magical. The shades provide light, buildable coverage and are blendable, long-wearing, and versatile. The palette is ophthalmologist tested and approved. The glossy shimmers have a first-of-its-kind formula infused with pearls to impart a reflective, wet-like shine on lids. The suede satins have a smooth suede texture with a demi-silky sheen that provides subtle luminosity. And the suede matte has an enhanced grip and rich color. The natural metallics contain micronized pigments for metallic shine. And let me just show you. So this is a satin cream shade. This is a shimmering peach champagne. This is a shimmering taupe. This is a matte warm beige. This is a matte dusty rose. This is a shimmering rose gold. This is a shimmering golden olive. This shade is a matte camel brown. This is a matte neutral medium brown. This one is a shimmering golden bronze. This shade is a metallic bronze burgundy. And lastly, we have a matte mahogany brown. Okay, so first we're going to go in with this shade. It's pretty. So we're going to do 3 different looks today. We're going to do one on each eye and then one at the end, a more cohesive look. So this is just a very nice base. I almost forgot that we were doing 2 different looks and I started applying it on the other eye. Okay, I'm actually going to build it up a little bit more with this right here and put that all over the lid. Very pretty. There are some beautiful shimmery tones in here. When the light captures, it's very pretty. And now we're going to, let's see, I'm going to put this matte brown right here and start building that up into the inner crease and the outer corner. And I have to say, I don't want to say that I like these mattes better than the mattes in the Moonlight palette, but the mattes are extremely creamy in this palette when you swatch them. So pretty. Okay, I love the shade. And I'm not applying a lot of pressure, I'm just really lightly pressing it onto the eye and giving some dimension there. Isn't that pretty? Ooh, I love this. So now let's see. I'm going to try to take this shimmery shade right here and put that in the middle. That's going on really nicely. I'm going to use my finger. They feel buttery smooth. Look how pretty this is. And now I'm going to take this brown shade right here and just run it along the lower lash line a little bit. It's pretty, isn't this pretty? The quality of the shadows, they are just buttery smooth. It's just going on so effortlessly. There's very little fallout, if any. There's just a little fallout from the sparkle, but not much at all. It's went on the lid beautifully. It's just beautiful. And now I'm just making a little bit of an eyeliner on top. Normally I would apply, mascara, maybe a liquid liner on top, just a little bit for more dimension. But since I'm going to be doing another eye look, I'm not going to do that at this point. But what do we think? I think this is beautiful for fall. So this is the completed look with the brown shades. What do we think? I think it's beautiful. Like I said, formula is perfection. Went on like a dream. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but if you're looking for a fall palette, this might be it. Okay, so let's try the other side. And I think we're going to delve into this burgundy shade. This is calling my name. So this shade right here, I'm actually going to apply it with my finger. Just because I feel like it's very creamy. I just want to use the warmth of my hand to put that on. I'm also going to put this shade right here on top just to create a nice cohesive base for the eyeshadow. And I'm just going to take a brush and kind of just buff it out a little bit. These mattes are so good. They're so good. It's actually kind of reminding me of the finish from the Master Mattes Cream eyeshadows, the same look to the eyelid, but in powder form. It's beautiful. I'm a happy girl right now. And also I should note I am wearing the new Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Natural Finish Foundation. I recently reviewed it on my channel. If you haven't seen that review yet, after you're done with this video, I encourage you to check it out because I talk about that foundation. I compare it to the original Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Foundation, and I tell you the details of how I met Mario at an event. It was a launch event for the foundation, and it was in Soho, and I got to meet him and take a selfie with him. So if you look at that video, I give you all the details. I tell you the story. I show you some pictures of the day. It's a really fun video if you want to check that out, maybe after you finish this one. So now we're going to dip into this beautiful burgundy shade. I think I'm actually going to use my finger. That's pretty. Just so buttery smooth. These are applying like a dream. They're not dry, they're not patchy. I love that. Really pretty. I love this. And I'm not experiencing fallout with this shade. I'm going to take, let's see. I think I'm going to take one of these lighter shades here. Maybe this lightest one, just to see how that goes on the eye. I know I used it before as a base, but I want to see how this goes as a topper. Okay. So this lightest shade is not providing the little hint of sparkle that I was looking for. So I'm going to go to the one over. Yeah, that's better. That's more what I was going for. Just lightly dusting it with my finger. I think that these are beautiful. I really honestly do. I think that these are perfect for the fall. You can really play around with different parts of the palette and it still looks very seamless, very flawless. And I'm not experiencing a lot of fallout. They're buttery smooth. The mattes in this palette, they are exceptional. I think these looks are ethereal. They're not the very sparkly shades maybe that you see in the Moonlight palette. The inspiration behind the Moonlight palette was Moonlight and the way that the moon reflects off the water. So it makes sense that those shades are more sparkly and very, you know, shimmery and very noticeable. If you're going for a nature palette and nature is the inspiration behind the palette, I think it makes sense to have sparkly shades that aren't, you know, blinding when you look at them. They really go well together with the matte shades, with the burgundy. I'm going to try the green next. I'm sure they're going to go beautifully with that. In my humble opinion, I think that these shimmer shades are gorgeous, and I think that the palette as a whole is just extremely cohesive, beautiful, stunning. Mario, you did an exceptional job with this palette. Just so beautiful. And I could say that to him because we're on a first name basis because, you know, I met with him, I hung out with him, I took a selfie, so I could tell him that. Mario, you did an amazing job. I'm going to try the green shades now. Before I do that, I'm just going to take this burgundy shade very quickly and go under the lash line. That's pretty. So I just went in and built up this brown shade right here just to show you a little bit more of the palette. This is obviously a more dramatic look, but look how beautifully these shades come together. So these are the two completed looks. What do we think? I think this is gorgeous for fall. I mean, my goodness. It's just so pretty. I think these shades just go so beautifully on the eyelid and they just mix so well together. So I'm loving this so far. I'm going to try these green shades next. I feel like these are going to be the star of the show, but I think that the formula is just exceptional. So if you like this kind of color story, if you're looking for something very autumnal, something perfect for the fall and the pumpkin spice lattes and Thanksgiving and even the Christmas season coming up, this is a beauty. Let's try on the green shadows. I think these are going to be the star of the show, and I'm so excited to try them out. So now those two looks are now removed. We have eyeshadow primer back where it belongs on my eyelids, and we're going to dip into the star of today's show, the green shadows. We're going to create a cohesive look, so the same look on both sides. I'm going to go in with this really creamy shade right here. It just feels like butter. And just diffusing that with a brush. Really pretty. Okay. So now I'm going to build up a little bit in the crease, just a little bit of warmth there. And what's great about this palette is just so cohesive. So all of the shades really go well together. I'm applying this first green shade right here to the middle of the eye just to get a sense. That's really pretty. Okay, so I am getting a little bit of fallout with the shade. Maybe if you're using the green shadows, do your foundation afterwards. Do the same thing on the other side, but I'm gonna tap, maybe buff out a little on the back of the hand. And just start working that onto the eye. Look how beautiful this is. Still getting some fallout, but not as much because I'm taking appropriate precautions. But this is such a beautiful color. I feel like Mario, even when he does something that's trendy, like, you know, green eyeshadow, it's very trendy right now. It has been for a few months. He just does it in such a classy way. Like, this is such a classy formula. It's just so sophisticated. Really pretty. And now I'm going to take the deep green shade that I've been dying to try and put that on the outer part of the eye. Kind of want to put this over the lid. Let's see how this goes. Pretty that is. So gorgeous. The way it's just hitting the light And I feel like this is a beautiful green tone. Even if you don't have green eyes, it will be flattering. So gorgeous. So that's the green shade right there. I feel like I got a little bit less fallout with that shade. Still got some, but not as much as the lighter green shade. Now I'm going to take this brown shade and just go in a little bit with it. Just very lightly. Just be very careful with this shade. It reminds me of the espresso shade in his Master Matte's cream eyeshadows. It's just very pigmented brown shade. So just be careful when you're putting that on. You don't want to go too crazy. I'm just like barely tapping it into the eye. And just taking a brush and just diffusing that. But look how pretty this is. And I'm going to take my finger and just go back in with that bright green shade. This one right here. And I'm going to pop it onto the middle. If I really want to go crazy, I would put the gold right in the corner. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going into this top shade right here, and I'm just lightly pressing that into the inner corner just to give a little bit of brightness, getting a little bit of fallout. I love this. This is so elegant. I feel like it really is ethereal, really beautiful. Okay. So I'm going to pop on a little bit of eyeliner. I'm going to take the, the green shadow, and I'm going to put it on the bottom of the lid. That's pretty. My final step is I'm just taking that gold shade again, the top one right here. And I'm just going to do an inner corner highlight. That's pretty. The way that's catching the light. And quickly go under the brow bone for a little highlight. And just taking a big old powder brush and just going over my face just to get rid of any of that fallout. Because it's not sticking to the face, it's just a little bit of fallout. I'm just taking a big powder brush and just brushing off any of the excess. And I'm also going to just take this brown shade and do a little bit of lining on top just to give a little bit more definition. I feel like Mario is just killing it lately with these releases. Like the foundation he came out with, the one that I'm wearing today, the Surreal Skin Natural Finish Foundation, it's like one of my all-time favorite foundations now. And then the Master Matte, the cream eyeshadows, those were so good. And now this. So I do have one more new Makeup by Mario product to complete this look. Let me grab it. And the final new product that we have to complete this look is a brown mascara from Mario himself. So this is the brand new brown mascara that he came out with. And this did launch with the palette. I haven't heard anybody talk about it. So it kind of went under the radar, I think, because the palette was such a big release. I think it's going to go perfectly with the earth tones. And it kind of just reminds me of fall and hot cocoa and a nice big sweater. That's what I see when I see this brown mascara. This mascara I use all the time in the black version. I use that mascara a lot of times for work. I use it for everyday use. I really love it. So the fact that he came out with a brown mascara to pair with the palette, what could be better? I'm very excited to try this. Now, this is the wand for the Master Mascara. So let's apply this. Now, I already know I love this mascara formula, so I'm really just trying it for the new color. Oh, that's creating a beautiful soft brown. Now, my eyelashes are very thick and very black, so it may not show up the best on my eyelashes, but it is softening them a little bit. I'll do a little bit on the bottom, and then we will go to the top. We'll go to the other side. But this does a really beautiful job of volumizing the lashes, lifting them, but not weighing them down. So again, my eyelashes, you may not be able to see the brown color the most, but it's giving that beautiful, soft, ethereal, see what I did there? Look, to go with the eyeshadow palette. Yeah, that is beautiful. Actually, I can see a difference. When I use his other original formula mascara, it's a very chunky black, not chunky, but a very thick black mascara that really makes the eyelashes pop. This is making the eyelashes pop, but in a very ethereal, subtle way. But you see the volume that it gives? Really pretty. So I think this is a perfect thing to launch with this gorgeous Ethereal Eyes Nature Palette. And I just want to show a quick side-by-side comparison. So on this finger right here, this is from the Ethereal Eyes Moonlight palette, and this is the Nature palette. The tones are not completely identical. This is a little bit darker. But as you can see, the shimmer is not that different. So I think, in talking about the shimmer shades, I know there's been a lot of talk about whether or not they're impactful. I think they are. And more importantly, I think it goes perfectly with the palette. I think Mario did an amazing job of pairing the earthy tones, the nature tones, with the shimmer shades. The Moonlight palette, if I'm remembering correctly, and I think I am, because I'm never wrong, right? According to my memory, of course I could be wrong, but I remember that Mario said that this palette was inspired obviously by Moonlight, but specifically about how the reflection of the moon bounces off the water. So of course, with an inspiration like that, you're going to have very shimmery shades, very bold, almost like starry shades, right? So that makes complete sense with this palette. But with the Nature palette, I don't think that would have made sense to do the exact same type of intensity on the shimmery shades. So I think it's a cohesive palette. I think it's one of the best launches of the year. Like I said earlier, Mario is just doing an amazing job with his launches this year. This palette is no exception, and I think this is perfect for fall and winter coming up. It's a beautiful addition to the Ethereal Eyes lineup, and I'm so happy that I got to test it out for you guys and to try it, and I can't wait to continue to create beautiful looks with this palette. So those are my final thoughts. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions. Let me know if you agree with me. Also, let me know what your thoughts are of this palette, especially if you have tried it. Let me know what you think. I would love to get a conversation going down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, I would hope that you would please like it and also consider subscribing to my channel. We have a great growing community of beauty lovers and friends over here on this channel, and we talk about all the latest in makeup and beauty. We have a lot of fun, so if you would consider subscribing, I would greatly appreciate it if you did. I know we all have really busy lives with a lot going on, so the fact that you choose to spend any part of your day with me means the world to me. And if you're a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much again for being here. So thank you so much for your time today. Thanks for tuning in and for sticking around till the end. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.